This guy boring you? Why don't you talk to me instead? I'm from a different planet.
I like these calm little moments before the storm.
Money comes big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no.
Kiss my entire.
Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Your coffee, sir.
Thanks, beautiful.
You're welcome.
This is a man's world.
And we're live. So no, it's not clickbait. Going to be talking about setting up to do a live read of a damn dirty thing. My chair won't slide under my desk. The cushions are preventing it. I don't like inanimate objects telling me no. So yeah, something I'm looking hard at doing here in the near future. Now, obviously, by near future, I mean after we close out the campaign. I don't know when that's going to be, but it's going to be pretty soon. I'm ready to move on to other things, and including I'll do a live read sample of the new book, the new Jake Bishop story called The Long Way Down. Taking advantage of the time that I'm supposed to be resting my hand from drawing so that I don't have to go get the damn carpal tunnel surgery that freaking looks horrible and I don't want it. So I'm not doing that. When I'm writing, I'm even using a talk to text, the one that's built in with Windows 11. Works pretty good. I have to go in and do some edits, but it works all right. So my one and only comment on the current topic that seems to be on everyone's mind of the tariffs going on. I have two things to say. One, I don't know in the long term how well they'll work or not. I do find it interesting that every country that we are trade partners with has a tariff on us, even if we don't have any on them. And that leads into the second comment. You know, this was predicted. Tom Clancy's writings were like prophecies. And I think it's in Debt of Honor. The sitting president, the fictitious sitting president, launches something called the Trade Reform Act, which is basically mirroring the trade practices of different trade partners. It starts with Japan, and mirrors their tariffs and their trade practices. And of course, people, when I point that out, they go, well, you read the book, you know that leads to a war. Mm-hmm. Did you finish reading the book? Because we win the war. I don't think it'll lead to war. But I just find it interesting that something that was common sense to that sitting fictitious president is being used now in the real world. And it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. You know, even people on the right are going, tariffs. Okay, well, if they're so bad, why is it bad for us to use them, but not for other countries to use them against me? We're comic creators. You ever shipped your product over to Europe and had to pay that VAT tax? That's a tariff. So basically, our EU customers have to pay more for the same product just because it's coming from the US. It's not really good for my business. All right, let me this over here. So I've been working pretty diligently on the new book, writing it. I passed the 10,000 word mark yesterday, or either Thursday or Friday, I forget which. And it's nice because it's right at the end of the first act, uh, and it's not just a 3 act book. I don't necessarily like that formula. I think you can have multiple acts. The goal is 50,000 words is what I'm shooting for, and I don't think I'm going to have any trouble getting there. The thing that I've been struggling with, hey Kitty, you have the link. I sent it to you on the Twixter and over on Facebook Show Prep PM. What was I saying? Damn it. Just like a woman to come in and disrupt my thinking. Oh, the as I'm writing this story, it's developing and it's got me giving some serious thought to looking at traditional publishing, going the old hardcore route of acquiring an agent and then shopping the IP to different publishers. I like the idea of having a bigger reach, but it's so convoluted. And Christy, who's in the chat, had Daniel Riley on her show last night or night before, I forget which. And you know, he's an author, and he's published. And I'd asked him what his thoughts were on using traditional publishing, and he brought up something interesting that I had not heard of. That's very cautionary. Open contracts. And that's where, let's say you get an agent and a publisher and they get you a deal, and okay, they're going to market your book. And they go to Barnes and Noble and they say, "Hey, Gable, what's up, buddy?" And Barnes and Noble says, "Yeah, okay, I'll order 20 of those books." And let's say that happens across several different outlets. Well, cool. Now I get my little check in the mail, my royalties. But then after a period of time, those books don't sell, or just a handful of them sell, and then Barnes and Noble ships them back to the publisher. And then you get a letter from the publisher saying, "Hey, you owe us this much of that money back." And that's an open contract. I don't want any part of that. If my books are purchased by an outlet, that's the end of the transaction as far as I'm concerned. What you do with it after that's your business. So that's a little, yeah, that's not a good deal for anybody. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to look into it. I've been getting a lot of really strong positive feedback. First of all, on A Damn Dirty Thing, the novella, but also on the people that are getting the sample reads of The Long Way Down. And the feedback I'm getting is that this is highly marketable stuff, a good IP. It's sliding into a niche that people resonate with, and there's not a lot out there, and that is a modern take on noir that still possesses those traditional noir values. So we'll see. I'm damn sure going to look into it. There's the print on demand thing you can do with Amazon Prime. I'm not interested in doing that. That's more like vanity publishing even more so than a crowdfunding is. Not something I really want to do. I don't know how Amazon markets. Let's say I've got a book in their catalog for print on demand. How much effort are they putting into marketing my book? Or is it all on me? If it's all on me, why would I not just crowdfund it? Keep more of the money for myself. More of the money, like there's a lot of money in this. But you know what I'm saying. Print on demand, somebody stumbles across your book and they go, "Oh, I'll check that out." And they order one. I mean, it's print on demand. It's out the door. Yeah. What is my cut of that? Like 75 cent, which by the way, might be more than I made on the last campaign. But so no, that's not something I want to do. That's the ultimate in vanity publishing, I think, and not something I want to do. I want a publisher that says, okay, your book is good, and I'm going to get it in the market on the shelves at Walmart, Barnes and Noble, wherever. True, they do the fulfillment, but again, it comes back to how hard are they marketing you? You know, if they're printing and shipping the print, handling the distribution, okay, cool. But if through that you only get 5 copies, which is not unrealistic to think, unless you as the creator are out there just causing up a shitstorm of buzz and attention, that doesn't really appeal to me. You're absolutely right, but it is more of a straightforward transaction, and it does get more eyes on in the short term. Now, I don't know about the long term. But I invited Darren Wagner to come out here. He's got books that are print on demand, and get his feedback on it. And I'm open to hearing about anything because I don't know. And the way the way you maintain your reputation for always being right is to say, I don't know. Yep. I have not heard a peep out of Fanta all week. I guess that could be marketing, but you have already done good. Yeah, exactly. Now, one of the things that a prospective agent told me was that having already successfully crowdfunded a novella speaks very well to traditional publishers because they see that you've created a product, you've marketed it, you've funded it, and you've done the distribution that's in people's hands. They like that. So I guess I've got that going for me going in. Good to see you, Hen, across the pond. Gabe, good to see you also, sir. Christy, good to see you. So these are just kind of the things I'm thinking about. I'm kind of, here's what I want, my pipe dream. I want to capture a market the way that Tom Clancy did. I want Clancy money. That's what I'm saying to you. Hey, Grey Wolf, what's up, buddy? But yes, I am indeed kind of starting the logistics of doing a live read of A Damn Dirty Thing once we close out the campaign, which again should be fairly soon. I got to get with Anthony, set up a closeout stream. But then after that, whether we hit the funding, if we hit the funding goal to do the audio book, that'd be wonderful. That's an entirely different thing from just doing a live read. You know, that's going to have the music and the Foley work and the different voices versus me just sitting here reading the damn thing. The whole damn dirty thing. Kill me. I'm working without coffee, guys. Trying to be good. For the last 2 or 3 days, I broke my rule. I kept slugging back the coffee till late in the afternoon and then not being able to sleep. I hate that. I'm not a night owl. I'm an early bird. I'm the opposite. So I didn't like the fact that I was still awake at 1:30 in the morning. Ugh. I relate. I relate. I mean, I've got a website for my fine art, and it's been inactive for years since I haven't been painting. So it's just kind of sitting there. Well, yeah, that's just because you're a vampire witch, though. Hen says, I seem to sleep better in the day than at night. I normally have no problem falling asleep around 10:30 or 11 and waking up between 4:30 and 5 the next day. And I love that schedule. However, like I said, I've overdone it on the coffee the last few days. And that didn't used to be a problem. When I got COVID, my metabolism changed after that. And before COVID, I could drink hot, beautiful coffee right up until bedtime, take a drink, put it on my nightstand, and go to sleep. No problem. But after COVID, no, nay, nay. I became like the rest of the mortals in the world, unable to keep slugging it back. So what do you guys got going on this weekend? Since there's folks hanging out in the chat, what are you doing? Unlike some people that ask that just to fill the air, I'm actually genuinely interested. I'm that guy. I like knowing what people got going on. Need to trim my mustache up again. I hate it when you get the long whiskers. Look, man, I've got my coffee cup from this morning still sitting here, and I keep wanting to go. My thought process goes, trigger. Oh, look, there's my cup. I'll take a sip. Oh, there's just a little bit of cold coffee from this morning in the bottom. Ah, well, I shall go and make hot coffee. No, you can't do that, you son of a bitch. Ah, and then trigger, thought, craving, use. Trigger, thought, craving, use. You started a new channel, Hen. Well, be sure you drop your link for it. What is going to be the content for your new channel, if I can ask? I'll drop the link in chat if you want to come out here and pitch it. You are welcome to do so. Oh, crafting stuff. Okay. Yeah. I would subscribe to, I saw that, what is it? Grannies.net or .com or whatever, where it's just little old ladies cooking their favorite recipes. Instead of OnlyFans, you get only grannies, and they're not getting naked. They're just cooking or sewing or crocheting or whatever. Hell yeah, I'd watch that. I like that stuff. I am alive, Wagner, and I sent you the link. And I'm specifically talking about, Wagner, the different methods of publishing. And I would love to ask you about the print on demand you got with Amazon. So if you could jump in, that would be lovely. What's up, Paulus? Too tired to cam up. Sorry. Okay. Well, I get that. Oh, you're at work. Well, I mean, I'll be live for a little bit, so you'll probably get off here pretty soon, and you can jump on because I am interested. Gable was espousing some of the benefits as he sees them of print on demand. Since you go that route, I would like to get your feedback. But again, I keep coming down on with all the research I'm doing. Yes, crowdfund, absolutely. But there is something to be said for traditional old school publishing. When you get their marketing, their distribution behind you, which means, of course, it can't be one of these little vanity companies that does that open contract shit I said a minute ago. It's got to be a legit publisher that says, all right, I like your product, Paulus, and I'm going to invest in your product. I'm going to sign you to a contract, and I'm going to put the weight of this company's marketing and distribution behind your project. So there you go. That's what I want. Your hand twitched. Not even sure what that means. But yeah, well, I mean, I'm desperate for feedback on this. And Anthony Romano, if you're out there and you're watching, you were supposed to call me yesterday, you son of a bitch. You did not. I had the lady who's printing the mugs sent me a message that one of the mugs had a tiny chip in the top. Did I still want her to print on it? I said, yes. I'll discount it. I'll use it, whatever. But then she sent a message that said, let me find it here. She said, images are coming out blood red instead of black. I will change work with the image and try again tomorrow. Have a good night. So I don't know what that means. It's not like I have a whole lot of mugs for her to experiment with. There's one case of a dozen. Here, print them. Hope she's not like, okay, well, I screwed up these 12. I need 12 more. No, no. We can't have that. Oh, I've done that before too, Paulus, and it's weird, isn't it? Your hand twitches and automatically you left click. Like I've been hovering over the next button on a YouTube video I'm watching, and my hand will just twitch, and I wasn't done watching that video, and it goes to the next one. It happens. I can't find. I'm lost in my tabs. There's StreamYard. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. I guess that's just as weird as drawing on a tablet. You guys want to see something? I'll show you something. There's a painting I did out a couple of years ago of Elizabeth Payne, the main character from the Pariah Saga. And I'll show it to you here. Back when she was still a redhead. But I was playing with neatly framed. This will be for sale, by the way, on the next campaign. But I was playing with Clip Studio and that painting. Thank you, Paulus. Just doing color shifts and blends. So what I was thinking was, without losing the impressionism of it all, that I would first jack it over to an actual skin tone instead of that blue-green that I had her under. But then I'm going to lay a blue wash over the whole thing so it looks like a night scene. So that's probably what I'll do, and that's going to end up being one of the covers for the next Pariah book. And then stop sharing that. A friend of mine is going to be doing a cover also, another fine artist named Renee. There we go. So this will be another one of the covers. This girl is obscenely talented. I was telling some other guys this morning on a stream. She painted this thing without any structure lines, without any composition lines. She just went straight in with a big brush, blocked it in, and then chiseled in just like the little hair details and the eyes and whatever. Took her about 6 minutes to do this from start to finish. I mean, if you look at the edges, you see the speed strokes, how fast she was painting. Like, son of a bitch. So, yeah, I love that stuff. I think that would make a very nice cover and a nice card. Yeah, it was quick. I was there when she did it, and it was like, how? I mean, I'm a damn good painter, and I paint fast as shit when I'm doing a landscape. But a portrait is a whole different animal. But she paints in oil, so if she gets it wrong, she can just scooch it around, and it'll move and whatever. So, I don't know. Just one of those rare talents. She doesn't need to do the kind of, anyone that's ever watched a draw stream here in this community with people, let's do our circles and our spheres and our cylinders, and then we do this, and then we do that, then we go to ink. None of that for her. It's like the equivalent is of someone just going directly to inks with no structure whatsoever, doing a finished drawing and doing it fast. So that's awesome. Wish I could do that, but I can't. Oh, another announcement. I'm going to be doing a week-long silent auction of 2, maybe 3 of my paintings. I'll be doing them both on X and on Facebook. So wherever you follow me, you'll be able to see it. Silent auction just means you put in a bid by private message, and the highest bidder will get it. Simple. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you're a painter, your smallest size you typically paint on is a 16 by 20. I tend to paint bigger, 30 by 40, 24 by 36, and it'll fill up the walls fast. Like, it's a 2,000 square foot house. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. Walls are full. Like, I'm going to have to start hanging paintings over these posters. Some of them are hanging over at the art school that I work at, but a lot of them are hanging here on these walls because, I need art on my walls too. But you run out of room. So I thought, the best place to hang a painting is in someone else's house after they buy it. Damn, I want to go put on some coffee so bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Somebody type "don't do it" in chat. Be the angel on my shoulder telling me not to give in to my addiction. Oh, the other thing I was going to say was apologies to those that tune into the coffee shop regularly, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. I was sick. Tanner was sick. So unless Christy wanted to come out and do the show by herself, it just wasn't going to happen. So we'll be back this Wednesday, regular time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Hen. Thank you. I fully expected, Hen, for you to go, oh, screw it, go do it. Go put on a cuppa. I mean, I've never done I've never done decaf before, but I wonder if just to satisfy the craving, get some decaf and keep it in the house for the late evenings when I just want coffee, but I shouldn't have it. Does that make sense? Is that a thing? Is that what people use decaf for? I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm wondering how far society has slipped if this is real. Taylor Swift listed as the 8th best guitarist of the last 20 years. I mean, all I've ever seen her do is hold one, but I kind of doubt it. Is that an actual thing? Your coffee snob friend mostly drinks decaf now. I don't know how coffee snobbish your coffee snob friend is. Yeah, press X to doubt. Or F to fuck off out of here with that. Yeah, Chuck, I was just relating, I've done it here lately, where before I could drink coffee right up till bedtime and go to sleep. After COVID, I guess it reprogrammed my DNA. I can't, after 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the latest, I can't drink coffee anymore or I can't sleep. And I does not like that. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Taylor Swift is get out of here. Listen, I not to pull ageism on the younger crowd here, but I grew up with Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van Halen, Steve Vai, Yngwie Malmsteen, Nuno Bettencourt. Their like does not walk the earth today, except for those guys that are still alive. They just, it's not there. Hello, Ray. Good to see you. Passing the time here while I contemplate some things. Oh, I guess I need to go grab my phone. If I'm yelling at Anthony to call me, I guess I better have my phone nearby. Everybody should PM Anthony Romano right now and say, call Doc. Fuck's sake. Let me go grab that. I'll be right back. Oh, wait. Let's make better use of the time rather than dead air.
Lieutenant Rogers, this is a time-sensitive critical mission. You must precede the Nazi force and secure the artifact, then get to the extraction point before they arrive. Failure to do so will result in being hopelessly outnumbered.
It's time we take the fight to bed.
The news we have of the Allied invasion of northwestern France is still a national lesson from the Associated
for fulfilling this high objective.
Along the whole North African coastline, the Allies can strike simultaneously.
Coming soon. Hen is concerned about Fanta, Ray. Have you seen Fanta anywhere? Has anyone seen Fanta? Where the hell is Fanta? Hope she's okay. I know that the weather guy that I watch on YouTube, Ryan Hall, y'all, has gone live like 4 times this past week with nationwide outbreaks of violent tornadoes and whatnot. Yeah, if the writing is as good as the art, that's going to be a badass book. Dillard can certainly draw. The name of the channel is Ryan Hall, y'all. If you're not subscribed and you're in the States, you should. First of all, he tornado warned us here in my home before the National Weather Service did. And we were able to take shelter, and we did get hit, but we were safe. Oh, she saw Fanta for a second in Razzie's earlier today. All right. And then last night or the night before, he picks up a tornado both on radar amid this huge clutter of storms. And not only picks it up on radar, but one of his storm chasers has eyes on and filmed it, was recording it live a full 3 minutes before the National Weather Service did. And 3 minutes is an eternity when those things are cruising around killing folks. So if you're not subscribed to Ryan Hall, y'all, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're in the States, he's not, he doesn't do worldwide. Yep, she's alive. Hey, Jonas, what's up, man? And yes, Paulus, the greats that came before, B.B. King, Chuck Berry, of course, Jimi Hendrix, and Clapton, yeah, blues players, really good blues players, blues rock players. Then you had the hard rock blues players like Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath and those guys. But then there was an entirely different crowd that came along and said, instead of blues, let's base guitar work on classical, which was originally created to be shredded. Go listen to Paganini if you don't believe me. And that was your Van Halen, Steve Vai, Randy Rhoads in particular. And it just dialed everything up to 11. All that is to say, circling back to Taylor Swift is one of the best guitar players of the last 20 years. Get the fuck out of here with that. I mean, I had never, until a couple of weeks ago, even heard one of her songs. So I thought, you know what? Let me be, take care, Ray. Let me be an honest broker of opinion and actually listen to the girl before I pass judgment. And I did. And she sounds exactly like she looks. Very cookie cutter, generic, blah, blah. Nothing there. There's no there. By the way, my thing about Ryan Hall, y'all, on the weather stems from, oh yeah, by the way, those storms did go through northern Alabama where Fanta lives. So I hope she's all right. But someone said, Paulus Hart said he saw her for a second on Razzie's earlier today. So I assume she's good. Who's Fred Durst? I don't know who Fred Durst is. Oh, good Lord, help. He's a rapper. Limp Bizkit. Yeah, I just... You want to torture me? Make me listen to rap. Ugh. Singers who could sing, shredders who could shred, drummers who climb inside a drum kit, not sit down behind one and drive that thing like a V8 muscle car in the quarter mile. That's what I want. You know, that actually brings up something. I don't watch live stream replays. If I don't catch it live, I just missed it. And I've never even thought about someone watching one of my live streams later. Like, why? Why would you? Just things that go through my brain. I don't know. Fanta does. Okay. Fair enough. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's not something I do. I've had people send me things, go, hey, did you see that this happened on that live stream? And it's always concerning some kind of drama. No, I'm not interested. I don't care about the drama. I really don't. A lot of people say it, but I live it. What's up, Omer Glitch? I sent you the link if you want to jump out. Just hanging out, talking. Actually, talking about publishing is the general thrust of this conversation. To be or not to be, that is the question. Yeah, who is everyone? I saw that Tank was live, but Tank just had a slideshow up playing while he was streaming somewhere else, I think. And I'm like, that I don't find that even remotely appealing, Tank. What are you doing? Oh, Rex is, yeah, I guess Rex has got his 4 o'clock shadow going, but yeah, you know, Rex doesn't own 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whatever the hell it is. 5 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock his time. But I'm going to assume rightly that answers the question. The storms went through Arkansas too. I was a little concerned about old Rex, but I guess he's all right. Maybe we should scream snipe Rex. What do you think? Yeah, let's do it. We'll screen snipe old Rexy Poo. There he is. I don't know if his sound will come through, but golly. He, them, the he of universe. Jesus Christ. All right, that's enough of that. Steve Rude is live too. Oh, hen. Don't hate. Hey, if you guys are double dipping, tell Rex I'm live and that I sent him the link. Hell, I'll do it. Oh, Steve just ended. Okay.
Did you see your action figure today, Doc? Oh my God. I don't know what it was, but it was an action figure and it looked just like it. It had a lime shirt on. I love it. Someone kill me now.
Let's get up to some mischief. All right. I certainly will, Hen. You take care. So, yeah. I dropped the link in Rex's show, in Rex's chat. Hiya, Mike. Have you guys seen this with the, I got to show this. This can't really be a thing. Omer and Mike and Paulus, you guys, you got to tell me. Not only do they think that Taylor Swift is one of the best guitar players, there's also this. She wants to know, how does the mirror see her arms on the other side of the towel? I mean, it's literally like a chicken watching a card trick. It's like part of me wants to be nice and actually explain it to her. But then there's the part of me that just gets a giggle out of stupid people. The little critters of nature. They don't know they're dumb. Let them just enjoy being dumb. Yeah, I kind of agree. It's got to be. Nobody can be that dumb. But then again, people voted for Kamala, so I guess they can be. They've already saved that beam. Yeah, right. So I was going to show, while I was digging through paintings, I found a painting I did years ago for my son. See, Omer, this is a superhero painting I did. 24 by 36 of my character Sunrider. It's acrylic on canvas. And my son has it at his house in his music studio. And I only remembered it because I was digging around and looking at old paintings. Now, I don't like anything about the chest or the abs. I did all of that wrong. But overall, I liked everything else about it. So, yeah, thought that was kind of cool. Omer, behave yourself, sir. I did send you the link, though, Omer, just so you know. But when people ask, why don't you paint a comic book? There's your answer, because that's a 24 by 36, and that's how big every panel would have to be for me to be able to paint it. One, I can't afford that much canvas. Two, I'd never be able to scan canvases that big. So it's just not a practical way to do things. Just paint smaller. I can't. Let me do this too while I'm thinking about it. You guys have the opportunity. You got to check this guy out as well. That's enough of that. That's Darren Wagner's book. I think it's in Sign Up. So, yeah. I don't have the link for that. Oh, what the hell. I'll let it play just so we can see where to sign up. Art by John Dillard. Story by Darren Wagner. Only on Indiegogo. Because Darren really wants to be shadow banned. I'm kidding. My bitterness with Indiegogo should not affect your anyway, whatever. What's up, Thor? No, say it isn't so. Under the heading of worst things I ever watched was Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. Sweet Lord have mercy. I think she just bailed, Thor. All things serious, whereas things here are never serious. Publishing, traditional publishing. I want the big score. I want Penguin or whoever the hell the biggest publishers are these days to send me a $20,000 advance and say, we want to buy a contract on your IP and publish your book, so that I could say, all right, I'll let you. But I want to retain the right to all visual media. Which means, by the way, I did look into the process. Those of you that are writers or aspiring writers, if you want to know, before you even reach out to a publisher, you have to reach out to an agent. And that process is just as convoluted as reaching out to a publisher. So I'm going to get an agent to help me find an agent to help me find a publisher. Sound good? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I was in a writer's forum and I was asking about, everybody said the same thing. You have to get an agent to represent you to the publishers. All right. So what's the obvious next question? All right. Well, how do I get an agent? And I shit you not, the hoops you have to jump through just to get a reputable agent are ridiculous on the one hand. But on the other hand, I guess I kind of get it. You don't want every bozo out there that thinks he wrote the next great American novel to be deluging with, here, be my agent. And half of what they're requiring from you is probably necessary. The other half is just to see if you're serious. You know what I mean? See what I did there? All things serious? Seriously. Oh, damn it, Doc.
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that. You can do it. Shh. Shut up. And shut the fuck up.
The little head nod at the end there kills me. Yeah, I aimed that entirely at myself. Shut up, Doc. Stop talking. But if I stop talking, the stream stops, and I'm not ready to stop streaming yet. I'm procrastinating, waiting on some people to get here who said they would be by shortly. So I'm just kind of keeping the boat floating as we do so. And we're back. Nothing to see here. Just a man desperately craving coffee. All right, that's enough of that. So currently over on the Fund My Comic, I'm not going to shill. I'm not even going to bring up the campaign. We're funded. The damn dirty thing is funded at about $2,600 right now, which is awesome. Thank you all so much. Most folks have gotten their product. The late backers just back recently. Yours is going to be on its way shortly. And we're pushing on toward the $4,000 needed to make the audiobook professionally. That's the real thing I want. Ooh, that'd be so cool. But as always, for me, when something's done, I'm all about the next thing. So before I went on hiatus to give my arm a chance to heal, I think I'm on page 16 of the new comic book, which is Pariah, Sanctum of Hate. But while I'm giving myself this respite, I've been writing the next Jake Bishop novel, which is called Jake Bishop, The Long Way Down. Tentatively, that's the working title. If something uber good hits me, I'll change it. Brief excerpt from the book. Bishop is confronting a suspect, and he says, "That means either Callahan pulled the trigger or you did. What I can't understand is why. The stakes just weren't high enough to kill a man. I could never, Mr. Bishop, you have to believe me. I didn't kill Jimmy. You're pushing the limits of my coffee-induced tolerance." I lay my phone on the coffee table between us and tapped the picture. The man who took that photo was murdered last night. She slumps forward, covering her face with her hands, and her body shakes with quiet sobs. If she's waiting for me to comfort her, she was going to be disappointed. Risey's book, Dingo Boy Island, www.gofuckyourself.com. What's up, Tree Goblin? The Australians have their drama as well, I suppose. Doing all right, Tree Goblin? Sorry, just checking messages here. I repeat, Anthony Romano, where the hell are you? You said you'd give me a call later. That was 2 days ago. Damn it, man. I wasn't calling you because I wanted to swap cookie recipes. Got business to do. Business, I say. Nobody wants to see that. Let's do that's better. That's better. Right? Calling you out, Romano. Should have changed the name to the stream. Changed the name of the stream. Anthony Romano, where are you? So, like the title of the stream does say, once we shut down the campaign for A Damn Dirty Thing, which again I'm hoping we get to the funding for the audiobook. But once we shut it down, I am going to do a complete read through, a live read of A Damn Dirty Thing. I'm going to do that for Fanta, because she very much wants the whole story, but of course with her vision issue she can't read, so I'm happy to do that, but I'll need a hell of a lot of coffee to get through it. There it is. I'll look up some of these while we're live. Whoops. Wrong buttonitis almost got me. I'll share a screen and we'll do this together. So this is all about getting an agent to represent you to publishers. I went to the wrong damn one. Look, noir's not even listed as one of the genres. So I guess it would be crime. Full search. Fiction genres. So we want mystery, thrillers, and suspense. We'll put in the word noir. All right, here we go. Can you guys see that? Vicky, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Looks like Bijur or Bior. And Nick Mullendor. Agency is Loretta Barrett Books. View full profile. Let's see what old Vicky's got going on here. Submission guidelines. All right, solid. I will be submitting to this person. So now I have to write up a query and let's see what this link is all about. No, it's just exactly what's already there. I don't need that. Emails, first chapter, pasted in the body to expect to hear back in 4 to 6 weeks. A query and the first chapter. What the hell is the query? Guess I better figure that out. So that's my next step. All right. What's up, Bone? Good to see you. So let I do that. Go to by mail. Compose. It wants the first chapter. All right, I can do that. All right. That. Need my link for a damn dirty thing. All right. It's done. Where the hell's StreamYard? Whap, 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 whap. Oh. Hello, Charles. No, he doesn't, but you're welcome here as always. All right, so that was my first application for an agent. Charles, you're supposed to be handling this stuff for me. That was pretty easy. Not sure what a query was supposed to be, but I just wrote, well, first I dropped a cigarette on the floor. The hell did I write? Seeking an agent for representation in publishing. I already have one novella in this series successfully crowdfunded, Jake Bishop, A Damn Dirty Thing. And I dropped the link. And then she wanted the first chapter of the new book. So in the body of the text. So I did all that with a thank you for your consideration. Blah, blah. Now, why would I do such a thing? Because I'm damn confident in my writing. I have read a lot of what passes for modern fiction. And what passes for modern fiction these days is to the era of stuff that I love, Clancy, Stephen Brushed, etc., as today's music is to Black Sabbath. It just doesn't hold up. I've got all the sick riffs right here, baby. All right, let me go back to this. Oh, well, that one says accepting, but then when you click on the link, it says no longer accepting applications. So let's go to option 3. All right. Got another one here. Where's the damn email address? Oh, page not found is not a good look. Whoops. All right, let's do another one here. What happened? Everything just froze. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, Demi-Foot looks like it'll be pretty cool. Like that Darren Wagner can write. Screen freeze. Close some windows here. All right, testing. Can you guys hear me? No, I did not forget to turn it off. The damn thing just froze and crashed. We're back. But so that I can figure out what the hell's going on here, I'm going to end the stream. So peace out, everybody.